Welcome to the Rainbow Sash Movement's podcast. The issue of this podcast will be Pope Benedict XVI's pending release of his encyclical Charity and Truth. Gay Catholics, like most Catholics, are asking how much does it matter what the Pope's upcoming encyclical says? Who will pay attention? Is there any evidence that a papal pronouncement in 2009 has the power to change minds or even behaviors? Because if not, this will ultimately be of interest only to the future religious historians. We know generally that it will be about social topics, including the effect of the global economy, environmental issues, and business ethics. Pope Benedict's two previous encyclicals are God is Love, published in 2005, and Saved by Hope, published in 2007. Neither one has stopped the hemorrhaging of the Catholic Church. The encyclical will focus on personal conversion versus social reform, pro-life versus peace and justice commitments, horizontal versus vertical spirituality. All 3 points can be understood as partial versions of one grand dichotomy between truth and love. A majority of American Catholics rejects papal instruction on birth control, abortion, and on the death penalty. Even gay marriage is gaining wide acceptance among Catholics of the younger generation. This Pope cannot connect with the faithful in these areas of faith. The Rainbow Sash Movement believes that in all our dealings with each other, we must act with integrity. It is our hope that if the Pope tries to promote a culture of ethics, that he will acknowledge how he has personally fallen short in the matter for human rights of women and LGBT people. His shameful distortion of human dignity of both calls for a heartfelt public apology, like that given to the victims of clergy sexual abuse. If we are to believe the Pope's recent words, Paul tells us that the world cannot be renewed without new human beings, he said. Only if there are new human beings will there be a new world, a renewed and better world. Does the Pope include himself in this vision? Currently, this truth he speaks of promotes a distortion of human nature and uses dogma as the engine of homophobia and sexism, and not of Christ. Not the teaching magisterium of the Church, but faith in God who is love, who took flesh, died, and rose in Jesus Christ, is the authentic hope for justice. Preaching the gospel has never been at odds with social justice. The Gospels do not view our spiritual journey in terms of vertical and horizontal expressions of faith, but rather in the lived experience of the people of the Gospels. Proclamations locked in papal arrogance must be replaced with words of humility and charity. We can no longer proclaim a gospel of love while at the same time proclaiming a gospel of hate that is out of touch with the sense of the faithful. We call on the Pope to live out what he has written. The truth and love of Christ, the Pope is reported to have written, is the principal resource at the service of the true development of every single person and of all humanity. A love that is promoted in the name of the spirit of selfishness is not of Christ. Rather, the love of agape is. Thank you, the listener, for your time in listening to this podcast. May God be with you and with you on your journey through life.